Hello, everyone, and welcome. My name is Ash, and welcome to my YouTube channel, Ash Knows Travel. And today, we're going to be diving into New Agent Phase 1. This is going to be a great guide to help you start as a new travel agent. The goal here is to help you get started with confidence and, of course, have all of the basics that you need in one place. Of course, always check in with your mentor to make sure you're following the right steps for your team's specific new agent process. Also, feel free to share this training with other agents and use it within your team. It's all about helping new advisors start strong together. Now, one quick note before we get started in New Agent Phase 1. The vendor registration section that you will see in this video applies to U.S. agents only, so please keep that in mind when you reach the part. Let's go ahead and get started with New Agent Phase 1 and walk through everything you need to set up your business, access your tools, and start your travel journey right away. All right, so the first part of New Agent Phase 1 is going to be the back office and website setup. This is probably one of the most important parts that you're going to do when you first start your journey. Why? Because you can't book any travel until you complete the travel training program. So let's go ahead and open our back office and get started there. Now, how do you access your back office? Well, if you go to myevolutiontravel.com right here, and then you click this login button right here, you will see where you are going to access your back office, right? Make sure you save this in your browser or your tab so you can just click back to it. Mine is actually right here. So from here, we'll go ahead and put in our agent ID and our password and then click login. Once you are logged in, guess what? This is your back office. So everything that you need evolution-wise will always be found in your back office. There are going to be 3 sites today that we're going to go over, with this one being the first. The second site that we're going to go over is your website, which is going to deal with your commissions and your actual website. And then the third site we're going to go over today is going to be the Travel Cafe, which is going to be everything Archer Travel. So let's first start with the back office, okay? Now inside here, you can see that we need to come in and complete the travel training program. Now this is going to be highlighted in yellow for us, and it is located right here. Depending on where you're located, okay, it will be based off of that. The regular travel training program is here. This is Mexico and Latin America, and then this is Spanish, but still for the United States. So depending on which one you need, you'll click on that, and then you'll go ahead and be able to access the travel training program. Now, of course, you will see that you have to complete these in order to be certified. I've been here for over 3 years, so mine's already done. But once you complete these modules, okay, it'll come back here and it will say download your certificate of completion. This is the best way to know that you completed it. You can download the certificate. You won't be able to register with vendors or even do bookings or anything until you have this certification. Shouldn't take you more than 45 minutes. Now, of course, if you've already completed it, great. If you haven't, go ahead and pause this video and complete it now, and then come right back to the YouTube video and it'll pick up right where you left off, okay? So moving on, shall we? Now, once you get in here and you complete your travel training program that I just showed you, do not bounce your business just yet, okay? Of course, if you want to tell somebody, hey, this is what I'm starting, fine. But I want you to wait until your vendor approvals are complete before you announce your business, because for things, you won't be able to search anything yet until we make sure that the vendors are registered for it. Now, today, we're going to be registering for those vendors, but some of them take a couple of days to get approval. Okay, so let's go ahead and take a look at some of the key tabs so you guys can get a little bit more familiar with the back office. Now, I'm going to say the back office is like your home. You'll just get used to using it all the time, because most of anything that we need, especially as new agents, will lie within there somewhere. Okay, a few key tabs. Now, we're going to go down a lot of these tabs later on as we go throughout the training, but a few ones that I just want to hit on that's just pertaining to the back office. The first one we're going to do is actually in the right-hand corner right here. Do you see this guy right here? So this is the blue chat box. You will always hear us say, go to the blue chat box for anything that's evolution travel. You definitely can check out the blue chat box. They can give you when you need to update your email or maybe change your address or something like that that's pertaining to your evolution account. You can ask them right here. Okay. Now, inside that, if we keep going down, something I always like to point out to you guys as well is the part where it shows you right here. Do you see this part right here where it says the due dates, October 23rd, November 23rd, etc., right? So you see those parts are very important because what happens, guys, is a lot of times when you first start, 30 days happen very quickly. Okay. So I always like to point out where you guys can go and see when your monthly billing date is so you know when to expect it again, right? So in the middle here too, you guys are going to see a lot of cool different corporate trainings that happen throughout the month. There I am. There's Miss Emily. And then we also have information about convention. But if you keep going down, you'll see that they have corporate training here too that you guys can attend throughout the month. These normally don't change. If they do change, it'll be posted in Evolution Enterprises, which I'll show you towards the end. And they just have different things in here that you guys can feel free to check out. Okay. So scrolling all the way back up. Let's go in here and start moving down some of these tabs here. Okay. So one of the tabs I really want to point out to you that you need to know about is the My Team tab. This My Team tab is going to be important, not now, but maybe later on. Okay. See this part where it says My Upline? If you click on that right here, it's going to show you everyone that is above you. Keep in mind, you always have somebody above that if you need help, there's somebody else there to help you. Okay. Now, continuing. So that's all I really want to show you guys right now for when it comes to the back office. We're going to go ahead and move through the actual site and go down some of the tabs on the left-hand side too. So the first one that we're going to do is to activate your website. We are going to go to the Evo Plus video button on down the bottom. I'll show you that in a second. And we'll register your personal travel site. Now, I know in the new agent like certificate program, they also have it to where it gets automatically like they're setting it up with you. So if you've already done it, then you can just click on the My Travel site where we're at right now. But I'm going to walk you through how to activate it just in case you didn't activate it. All right. So on to the second site. So you'll find it here. Okay. After you register it, you can visit here. But to actually register your website, you have to scroll down, like it says, past the Evo Plus video. And then you'll see, have you registered for the new travel booking site yet? And then you're going to click to register, put in your Evolution ID, blah, blah, blah. Click here to enter. All right. Now here, you will put your Evolution ID and then you'll click register. It's going to email you a temporary password, and that temporary password is going to be what you log in with. Okay, so once you go, you get that email, it's going to bring you back to this site right here. So you click log into your travel site, and then you put your agent ID, and then the password here, of course, will be the temporary password that they give you. We're going to update it. I'm going to show you where to go. So I highly recommend once you go into updating, just say it now, try to keep the passwords the same. As much as you can, guys, because we're going to have a lot of different passwords, a lot of different here, get a tracker, write them down, whatever. But for these two, keep them the same as your back office as to your website. So they log in simultaneously and you don't have to try to figure out the passwords. Okay. So submit. And then it's going to bring you to your website that looks like this. Okay. Now, if I click on my booking portal, it brings me to the outside version of the website, right? But I'm in the dashboard part of it. Okay. So my booking portal, if you click dashboard, that's where it will log you into. And here, okay, I want to clarify this. The site we were on originally were the back office. That's all Evolution, okay? This is the second site. This is your website. This is the dashboard for it. In here, you could customize your website, but it also holds another key player to Evolution Archer. Where do you see? Commissions. It has the commissions tab in here too. So I want you to just mentally remember this. Write it down if you want. We have Evolution Travel is the back office. The website is everything commissions website, okay? And then the third site is Travel Cafe, which is Archer Travel, right? We'll get to that one in a little bit. For now, though, remember, website is my website and my commissions. So that's exactly what we're going to do here, okay? If we scroll down here, okay, where's my commission, where your profile, how to change your password. This is basically like a guide. So anything that I go over in the next so many minutes, if you don't remember it, it's okay. It has step-by-step directions, okay? So the first tab that I want to show you guys is going to be the profile. In here, you're going to click on edit profile. This is going to be whatever is listed in your site will be here, okay? So we have our first, our last name, our email. Now, I'm going to tell you something about this email. This email can be whatever you want it to be. It doesn't affect your back office at all. It's completely separate. But what it does affect is where your commission information goes. This email right here is what triggers the commission information. So whatever you put here is where it will end up, okay? So make sure that this is an email that is free. Not only does it get commission information, but it's also going to get inquiries that go from your website. So make sure this is an email without heavy traffic, okay? You'll want to put your phone number here, but you're going to know something weird about my profile. This is Archer's address, okay? It's their corporate office that they have. Now, this does not ever list on the website, ever. This doesn't go on the site. So if you put your own address, it's okay. But since I do so many trainings, I didn't want to put my own address for you guys to see the whole world, right? So for me, I put in Archer's address. Either way, on the website, it never shows. It's just a spot in here, okay? Next, Facebook, YouTube, and then ChatGPT, a very nice little bio here. And then at the bottom, another very important part, password, okay? Make sure that the password that you have in here, like I said, try to match the back office, but this is just for the website. It has nothing to do with the other Evolution back office, all right? And then your photo. Now, if you have a problem with the photo and it's not uploading, it's because you need to resize it. There are a few sites you guys can resize on, and I know Canva is one of them. Okay, so that is your website. Now, once you fill all that out, it will look like it's put together, but there's another component to our website, which is going to be the photo gallery. This part, you can come in here and upload photos of yourselves, your clients, whatever, you can add them in there. And then the recommended specials. Listen, so automatically Evolution Archer will plug specials into your website, but if you want to put your own in there, like what you specialize in, you can do so. You can feature 2 of them, and that is under the recommended specials, okay? But I also have a training later on. If you guys want, just comment below. I can show you how to do these, okay? They're very easy, but you can put your own specials in there just to customize it even more. And I have 2 going right now. I have Royal Caribbean, and then I have this one, which is going to be this Vax, which you'll see in a little bit, okay? So these are just deals that you guys can run. You can feature them, and I'll show you guys what they look like, all right? So there's my picture, there's my bio, my Facebook, the client photo gallery, the YouTube video. We have here contact information, and then there's my deals. If I don't put anything here, okay, then it will literally run its own deal that Archer provides us. But if not, I can put my own in here too, which I kind of like to do. And then there's that plan your trip option. That's where the email matters because that's where it goes to. All right. So that is the entire website, guys. It's good to go. After that, you don't have to do anything else to it except to share the information. Now, let's talk about the next tab here, which is the commissions tab. So we have a commissions hub. This is where you will go in and actually submit a commission tracking form, which we will do, okay? But we also have paid commissions, submitted commissions after you submit them. So then we have this option for where's my commission. Now, this isn't something we use very often, but as long as everything's submitted correctly, commissions get paid out normally within 30 days after the trip, right? Unless it's for cruises. Sometimes cruises pay out early. And honestly, the vendor can really pay out whenever. And when they pay out, Archer just pays right the next payday. Okay, that's normally how the setting works. But in some situations, they pay early. Sometimes they pay after the trip. Just depends on the vendor. We know this, right? Now, as long as everything's put in correctly, it normally pays out great. We're good to go. But if there is ever to be a situation rise where you haven't heard anything, a vendor typically has up to 60 days to pay out before we can say anything to them. That's just how the contract works. So how do we say something to them? Right here. You'll click on where's my commission, and it'll ask you, has it been 60 days? You put in the date, it verifies it and everything. But what this does is triggers Archer commissions department. They have a whole commissions department now that's going to go in there and say, hey, where's this at? What's this going? Da-da-da. Like, they do the work for us, and this is how we trigger it, okay? It should not happen as long as you submit everything, but if it does, you have a spot to ask, all right? So let's go ahead inside the commissions hub. Now, this part is where it's going to get a little confusing to you guys, so I want to explain something before I continue on, okay? What we're going to talk about here is going to be a part of the booking process, which is going to be very new for you right now. But the booking process is very easy. So I'm going to explain it. So we get a client, they have an inquiry, right? We'll go in and we'll qualify that client to make sure they're a great fit. We can actually find what they're looking for, right? So we go in, we're going to give them, let's just say 3 options. All right, this is the best 3 that I found. They pick one and they love it. Okay, now we need to book it, right? The first part of the booking process is sending them a credit card authorization form. I'm going to show you exactly where that is in a little bit. It's in the travel cafe. It's on Archer's side because that's an Archer thing, right? So we'll go in and we get a commission. We'll get a credit card authorization form. We'll fill it out. We'll send it to the client. They sign it, give it back to us. We're good to go. Then we do the booking. Okay. We'll do the actual booking at that point, whether it's payment link, whether we're calling, whatever that is, depending on the vendor. Then the booking is done. Okay. The next part is to tell Evolution and Archer, hey, I did a booking. Here's my commission tracking form. So the part I'm referring to is going to be right now, is going to be after the booking. We're doing the commission tracking form, which is required. Every time you do a booking, an Archer is going to pay you, as in you're submitting a form and waiting for Archer to pay you the trip completed, whatever, right? This is when you submit a commission tracking form. Why am I saying this? If we do an instant commission booking where we got paid the same day, we're not waiting on Archer to pay us. So we would not do a commission tracking form for that. But if we're waiting for Archer to pay us, we do a regular cruise booking, for example, then we need to submit a commission tracking form so Archer can track it. So let's do that. Okay. It's very easy, actually. And I have a very detailed training about this whole process. I'm just going to run you through it just to show you how easy it is. So we'll click on Commissions Hubs. They have it here for us. Any of the drafts, but if you scroll down, they're here, okay? And after you submit them, you'll go to the submitted side, but we'll just do like a new commission tracking form. Now, you have to submit these within 30 days of the booking or they will take part of your commission because you can't wait, okay? This has to be done with 30 days within the booking date, not the trip date, the booking date. So let's go ahead and build this, shall we? This is probably your first training with me if you're new here. I name every package Bob, just for my examples, okay? So today we're Bob. All right, let's go, Bob. So we have here travel package name. Obviously, you're going to put their actual name, but we have to make Bob. So Bob, he's going to be our traveler. All right, Bob. Last name Robert. Yep. And then Bob, Robert. Yep. Okay. Yep. Perfect. All right, there we go. So we have a traveler. Now, typically I put anybody who is going to be on the reservation as long as they're like paying. Okay. If they're a part of it, then yes, I put it on there. You don't have to put all of the travelers. If it's like 6 people staying in a room, we just need the primary people that are going to be here, that are going to be a part of the reservation. If their name's on it, if they're paying, whatever, right? We need that. Okay. So we have that in here. All right. And then new component. Now in here, we can build multiple different types of the package. So if they have activities, all in one package, we can build it. If they had air to car, whatever it is, whatever we're waiting for payment on, we can put it under all one package. Now, here's the beautiful part. If you are building onto this and you submit it, you can edit it later and add more to it. So as soon as you do one booking, submit. If I need to add in activities after, I can come back in here, edit it, and hit submit and put it back in. Okay. So it's very easy. You just come in, add it, cruise. Let's go, for example, the booking date. Remember, I told you it must be submitted 30 days of the booking date to receive full commission. Now, let's just say, oh, we got to do it now, right? Supplier. We're going to say, oh, we're doing a cruise. Okay. Which is going to be cruising power. Right. Start date. Sure. You guys get the idea, right? And it's the same day it started. Cruise company. Okay. I'm just going to put what's needed. There we go. Icon of the sea. Look at me. I've already done this. Perfect. Okay. Now here's this part. Estimated commission. It'll tell you exactly what the commission is on there. It'll list it somewhere. And then the sales amount is going to be the total sales amount. And then you need the booking reference ID. After that, you're good. Now, if you have multiple people in here and they're not all in the same booking, like let's just say Sarah didn't go, but Bob did, you can technically uncheck them, but leave them there. Okay. And then they have more stuff in here, but that's all you really need. And then you just hit create. All right. So once it's created like that, you guys can see it here. Then you'll have it and then you can just hit submit. Okay, it's very easy to do, but always make sure you do this. If Archer is going to pay you and you do a booking within 30 days of that booking, submit a commission tracking form. Okay. So now we are done with that part. So we went ahead and activated our website, and you guys now understand what you can do inside the website. You've got commissions in there. We've already went over our back office. You guys can see we've done a lot so far. So let's go ahead and continue on to the next part here, which is going to be our Evo Plus and Evo Rewards. But how do we get there? So let's go ahead and go back, shall we? So we're going to go ahead and back out of this. All right. So from here, okay, so we're going back to our user guide. Now I'm going to show you guys how to get back to the back office. So if you go right here and click on back office, it'll bring you right back there. So the next thing that I want to show you is going to be Evo Plus. So Evo Plus can be found right here. See underneath the Travel Cafe. We'll come back to this guy in a little bit, but right here it's Evo Plus. So what is Evo Plus? Evo Plus is a wholesale platform that we have access to where we can go in and make instant commission. Now, right now, that might sound not very familiar, but when you are ready to learn about how to do instant commission, if you scroll down to the bottom where we just were to make the website, they teach you how to do so right here, okay? But for this instance right now, we're going to go ahead and click on the part where it says Evo Plus. You'll click here to access your Evo Plus portal. And then basically this is what it looks like. So you could come in here and you could search deals for resorts and hotels. And this is what it looks like. So you come in here and search different deals, etc. And there's no commission tacked into these. So if you go down to that training at the bottom, we show you guys how to add in commission so you guys can get paid. Okay. So make sure you guys want to learn about that later on. But they also have Evo rewards. So Evo Plus is going to be the part for the resorts and the hotels. And then they have Evo Rewards, which is also like a platform for us that we can use for deals, etc. But it's like a rewards program for us. So let me show you that one. Looks like this. So in here, you guys can see it. They have travel, park tickets, deals. They have insurance, cruise ship. I mean, they have everything. This is like just for us to use, okay? But you can technically still use this for your clients. I do the travel part and I do a lot of the flights because they have a lot of good flight deals on here. So I like to show you guys that just in case. But there's no commission tacked into any of this, right? So make sure that you guys are adding in the commission the same way they teach you on Evo Plus. You could do it here. So in Evo Rewards, okay? And you guys can get paid to just book flights or hotels, whatever. If it's cheaper here, then use it. It's totally fine. And then you guys can get, the extra option for commission. So they have here too, just different deals that you guys can get, whatever's around you. You guys can download the app here. Okay. This app is great to have on your phone if you want to take a look at deals real quick. This is something I use all the time. But when you're downloading this app, you're going to notice something really weird. Okay. So if you see here, Evo My Deals Reward, it's going to ask you for the membership ID for the app. Make sure you put in our IATA number so you guys can have that, okay? You guys can find all of that and more inside of the My Deals app, all right? So that is how those two work there. And those are probably the coolest tabs that we have in the back office, right? But now let's go ahead and break down the business setup for the basics, okay? What we were talking about earlier, the booking process, we're going to continue on to that part, all right? So everything that you need to know in the back office, you are good to go there. Now we're going to go ahead and hop over to the Travel Cafe, which is our third website here. So Travel Cafe is going to have everything Archer Travel. In here, you're going to see the upcoming trainings, which are automatically going to change throughout the week. They have their entire schedule for the rest of the year posted here. And then on the left right here, you're going to see a bunch of new like deals and different offers that come to us throughout the month. These will change. And they just kind of help us sell a little bit better, right? Just new updates or anything like that that's happening. You can find them here on the left. All right. So what we're going to talk about is going to be a part of the booking process. So I already went over the commission tracking form, right? But one thing I told you guys is when you guys first get the inquiry, you send them the information. And then when they are like, all right, let's book, we have to do a what? A credit card authorization form. This is required for all payments that we take. Why? Because we are independent contractors, right? We work with Archer Travel and we have to have proof that we were authorized to run that card because they need to see it. Okay. So there's a lot of important details that I'm going to go over inside of this credit card authorization form. So make sure you guys pay attention to this. All right. Now, how do I find that credit card auth form? Let's start there. So if you come into the travel cafe here and you go to the part that says forms, and then you go to the part that says credit card authorization form, you will find it right here. You also see that commission tracking form. Guess what? If you're already in Travel Cafe and you click on it, it's going to take you to your website. So you can access it there too. But let's do the first one, which is the credit card authorization form. So the credit card authorization form, you guys can see once you open up, it has several different options, right? If you are doing a booking where the client leaves within 21 days, you're going to want to make sure that you stop by the booking within 21 days of travel right here. Okay, that's the credit card form for there because we actually have to submit it. But they also have this. Anytime you're doing a booking that's within 21 days, always check with your mentor before you do it because it's very rare that somebody travels within 21 days like that, unless they just do it all the time or there's an emergency or a death in the family, something like that, normal, right? But normal people just don't get up and travel within 21 days. So we like to make sure that it's not fraud. And us as mentors are kind of, we're on the alert for that. So make sure you get it, just send it to them if you need to. All right. Now, of course, booking within 21 days, that's that. But let's just say this is a regular booking that we're doing, all right? And we need to do a credit card authorization form. So you'll click on this one here, obviously based off your country. I'm going to click USA English and it will populate. Now, you can go in here and you can open it up in Adobe. You can edit it right here and then put all the information in here. But I just want to show you what needs to be in here to make sure that you have it set up correctly to send to your client. I personally try to fill out as much information as I can before I send it to them to make it easy as possible so they can just get in there and sign. But it's really just important for you to at least put the business name, address, etc. This is all you, independent contractor. That's your information. I, as the client, hereby authorize you to process the credit card information below. Now, for this setting here, okay, we're going to put the full amount of the package. Even if they're paying just a deposit, I'm going to run that credit card auth form for everything they're going to pay. If there are multiple vendors, they all need multiple different credit card auth forms, all right? I know in the commission tracking form, we can add on. We cannot do that in a credit card auth form. It has to be per vendor. So one booking here, it only has one spot. Put it in here, okay? Now, if you were in a group setting, that's obviously completely different in a totally different whole scenario, okay? But this is just for a regular booking. That's what you guys are going to do in the beginning right away. So guest name, trip type, supplier, etc. If you haven't booked it yet, you will leave this blank, right? Sometimes we can book without taking payments, so that's why that's open, because we can just go in there and reserve it. But when it comes time to take a payment, we need that credit card auth form, right? So it might be filled out, it might be blank. If it's blank, it's okay, keep going. There's the dates and the contact name as it appears on the credit card, and then the last 4 digits of the credit card. We need this for a very specific reason, okay? You're also going to notice this part in red. You will be contacted by your travel agent to provide the credit card number because we need that for the booking, unless there's a payment link and they could just do it on their own, fine. And then if we need the CVV number. But for our liability insurance, listen to me, this is important. For our liability insurance, we need to see a copy of their ID to make sure it's who they are, because we will work with people that we do not know. And then we also just need to see, they can block out all the numbers. We don't need to see all that except the last 4 of the card, okay? And then the name on the bottom. I just need to verify that that's their actual credit card, because how are we going to verify that? Now, you will keep this in a secure place with yourself, okay? You don't have to send it anywhere unless it's a 21-day booking, whole different scenario. But in a regular setting, we will keep this in a secure place, okay? Especially while they're booking, after they travel, no matter. Why do we do this? So for our liability insurance, in order for us to be able to use it, we have to have a credit card authorization form with every booking. It protects us for a few things. One, from chargebacks. If somebody were to come back and say, I didn't actually authorize her to do that. No, you did. And not only do I have a copy of your ID, but I have a copy of the front parts of the card so I can verify that you actually did do all of this. Very important for our liability insurance. Now, also, this is going to help protect you from fraud, because somebody who's pulling fraud is not going to have what? All of this information. Exactly. Then, hold on, it gets even better. Let's continue down. This last part here, okay? I try to fill out as much as I can for this part. And then the last part. Was travel protection offered? Yes or no? Okay. This is so important. Look at the bottom part. The risk for declining coverage has been explained by my travel advisor. We like tell them, hey, this isn't covered, right? I understand that declining travel insurance, I might not be covered for any changes or cancellations of my trip. I am solely responsible for liable for any cancellation penalties, out-of-pocket expenses. Perfect. We need that signed, right? So this part right here is a huge layer of protection that is provided to us. So anything goes wrong with the trip, we are fully covered. All right. Now, continuing that. All right. So we get that done. They give it back to us. We do the booking. Then we come in here, do the commission tracking form, and then we're done. That's it. You're done with the booking. Book, rinse, repeat. Right. So inquiry, we send them options, credit card auth form, booking done, commission tracking form, you're on to the next booking. That's all you have to do. Okay. It seems like a lot now, but honestly, I've been here for 3, almost 4 years. It's second nature. They don't even, okay, sign it, have a good day. But you will get into the habit of doing that. And once you understand the value and the importance of it, you're going to make sure you do it every single time. So we went over the business setup basics. Now let's continue on to the third part. So normally I don't cover this in New Agent Phase 1. I normally cover it in New Agent Phase 2, which you can watch after if you choose to. But I feel like it's important to at least tell you guys the requirements, because some of you guys just start and you just get into everything and you miss so many important components. So I want to make sure that you understand that when you do a business card, that there is certain requirements that come to the business card because we are partnered with Archer Travel. So I want to explain that to you too. Okay. Now you can find those inside here. If you go back where we're at for the credit card authorization form, you can find them right here under the media library. Okay. Because that's technically media, right? Business cards. So we'll click on that. And then if you come here, they have all kinds of stuff for us that we can look at. But what we're going to do is the new agent quick start / business cards. And then here you will see where it has, we don't need this, okay? Unless you have, if you don't have nothing, then go here. But please use what your team gives you first, okay? But the part we need is the business card requirements. It is based off your country. We're going to click on USA. And then we have it here. So I don't know if you guys remember from presentation, but you remember when they tell you and you got to go off on your own, you got to get all these licenses and stuff. Okay, all we have to do is put them on the card. So CST, Hawaii, put all these 4 numbers right here in a very small part somewhere on your card, okay? We also have the option here to do evolution travel if we want, but it's not required. But one thing that is required on top of these licenses is going to be a Archer Travel affiliate logo, which you can scroll down and find here, okay? It has to say an affiliate of Archer Travel Service in order for it to be the right one, right? So you have this one, or that one, or that one. And then if you want evolution, you can. But if you are going to be putting all these logos on here, I'm going to tell you another part. You have to have your own personal business name and branding. You cannot lead yourself as I am Archer Travel, because we are with Archer Travel, right? So before you put all these logos, because you definitely have to have this guy, make sure you put your own personal touch to it, whether it be your own logo or your own picture or your own business name, branding, however you want to set that up. Make sure you do something like that to make it customizable for yourself. And then put the small logo for Archer and then the license somewhere on there too. Okay? That is only the product parts. Now, I'm going to tell you, in 2025, okay, I actually choose to use Popple. I don't do the in-person cards. You can if you want. I know there's a website. I'm going to give it to you. It's called 4over4.com. You guys, if you live inside the United States, you can complete these credits and earn coins, and they'll send you like 5 business cards or something like that to your house, okay? So you could do that if you want. But I like the digital version of it because I'm always have my phone and so does everybody else. And I don't want them to have to carry my card. So if you have time, create a Popple. It's free. You can create it on your phone. I prefer it on my phone or on the website, but it essentially creates like a wallet card for you and you could give it to other people. And when they open it, for example, I'll just show you mine. When they open it here, and it automatically will collect their information too. So I have a lead capture automatically built inside. It's free. You don't have to pay anything for it. It has a pro version, but don't use it. Just use the free one. And then once we put that in, contact to their phone automatically as well. So that they have my information, and it will show them like travel with Ash. And then you can see I even have the affiliate numbers here. That's the licensing. And then on the left-hand side right here, I have Archer Travel's logo. So same setup, same things, just digital instead of in person. Okay. So some options for you guys. All right. Moving on to the next part. All right. Now, I also want to make sure as a new agent that you are connected with the community. Okay. These are two biggest groups that you will find. You can find them, of course, on Facebook. Highly recommend getting subscribed to them. The first one you're going to see is going to be Evolution Enterprises. This is going to be everything evolution. So you guys can see here, we'll have like all of our awesome things that we're doing, as you guys can see. And then if you keep scrolling, you're going to see some trainings. There we go. So Perla just did an awesome training on the government shutdown. They just have, look, here we go. We got Miss Marnie. She does her certificate trainings here, and they just have it posted for us all throughout the week. Okay. So feel free to check out that one. That's Evolution Enterprises. And then Archer's version of this is going to be Evolution Travel Cafe, which is right here. So Evolution Travel Cafe is everything like Archer Travel, and they do their live trainings here. You will see them throughout the week. Okay. So feel free to check out those two sites. That's one of the best two ways to stay within the community, is because you can see everybody there. All right. Now we continue on. Now, the next part of this is getting paid, right? This part that I'm going to be doing of this is only going to be pertaining to the United States. If you are international, this will not work for you, all right? But what I'm doing here is United States only. So get a lot of questions about how do we get paid, all right? Once your first commission is due, you will receive an email from ADP Work Market. I'll pull it up for you. Let's go. Commissions. So under the commissions, if you go to ADP Facts, it'll tell you all the information about them. But this is what it looks like. Once you get your first commission, you submit the commission tracking form and it's about to be paid out. You'll receive an email from hi@workmarket.com with your registration link. You will then, of course, get that all set up. They'll ask you for whatever they need just to verify your identity, your banking information. They'll make like a little small deposit to confirm your account works, and then you're set up. You're good to go. Okay. For US agents, we have possible payouts 2 times a month on the 15th and the last business day through Archer Travel. This has to be set up in order for them to pay you. There's no other way for them to pay you because it's direct deposited into your account. So once you have it set up, you submitted your commission tracking form, and it's about time for you to get paid, be expecting this email. Okay. So that is important, of course. And then make sure to always submit that commission tracking form. There's 2 parts. First, you get a commission tracking form, then you get the email, then you set up the account, and then you're good to go to get paid. Okay. Next part we're going to do, this one's fun. It's going to be vendor registration. I want to make sure you guys have everything that you need to be successful. So last part of phase 1 is actually setting up the vendors that you really need in the beginning to get started. Very quickly, we're going to go through these. They're very simple. So they are, of course, found inside the Travel Cafe where we already are because it's Archer related. So anything vendor is going to be Archer Travel, right? So how do we find them? The first set of vendors that we need is going to be in the suppliers, and it's going to be under supplier request forms. There are certain suppliers that we have that you actually have to fill out the form and not go in and do. So let's do those real quick. Now, of course, while I'm doing this, I'm going to do it not quick, but at a fast pace. Pause the video, okay? This is a recording, all right? Pause it. So don't feel rushed, all right? So let's go ahead and I'm going to show you how to do this real quick. So I hit I accept. You're going to put in your name. It has all my stuff. I've already done this like a billion times. So name, your Evolution ID, and then the email. This has to be the same email that's listed in your back office, okay? It cannot be the one that you randomly created last week. It has to be the one that's listed in your back office to verify who you are. Phone number, and then you're going to pick the suppliers. So easy, right? But you have to do it one at a time. So hear me out. You have to do MSC first, and then you're going to let me just click it. I correctly input and then submit. As soon as you submit it, you'll get an email that you submitted it. Perfect. Now, what it's going to do is take that, send it to the vendor, get approval, and then they will send you an email saying, hey, MSC has approved you. Here's your logins. That's all you do. All right. Now, I'll tell you, you have to do this one at a time. So if I hit submit on this, it'll populate with another form. I do the same thing over again. I accept, blah, blah, blah. All right. Norwegian. Submit. Do it again. One source. All right. Now I'm going to tell you profit agility. I know it doesn't say it, but it requires for you to be here for 30 days. I don't know why it doesn't say it. It won't work when you're new. So leave that one blank. After 30 days, you can come in here and register for it. All right. Sandals. This one actually says it 3 months in the program. And then Delta, you have to be here for 2 months. But don't skip this one. This guy right here, Vax. That is the most important one that you will find probably within this list. They are the ones that we use for the deposit system, the fancy bookings, all of that. Vax is your best friend. So make sure you do that. Vax is going to take roughly about 4 to 7 business days for you to get approval. So do them first. Do not wait because you will need that when you do your first couple of bookings. Okay. Now, the other ones we registered for, what are they? Cruise lines, MSC, Norwegian, one source that has Princess, Holland, etc. And then we'll do VAX. So you only need to do these right here, okay? So MSC all the way to one source and then VAX here, and then you're good. Once you submit all of those, they will send you emails with the approvals, etc. Start writing down your usernames. Oh, please listen to me. I've been here for 3 years. And about 3 weeks ago, my laptop stopped saving my passwords and it has been horrible. So as soon as you start getting these approvals, write them down so you can remember them. And then they remind you to change them after every 90 days. You have to change the passwords. So make sure you keep up with it all of it. All right. Try to use the same stuff as much as possible. So those are the first 4. That's already 4 vendors that you already have set up in here. That's Vax, One Source, Profit Agility, MSC, Sandals after 3 months, and then Delta. These are good suppliers that you need for the first set. Now, we're going to go register directly with these suppliers here, and then you actually have roughly about 9 suppliers already ready to go. And then you can move on to setting up the actual business, how you're going to tell people, etc. But this is the easiest part to get done with, okay? So let's go ahead and go to a couple of these vendors here. I'm going to show you how to register. You've seen here how to register with these vendors, right? With the supplier request form. After you submit these guys, you can't come back here. There's no other. I know it says other, but it doesn't work. Do not put anything else in here. This is the only part you will need it for unless it's directly telling you otherwise, okay? So once you're done with this, we're done with it. We're not going to come back for 30 days till we can do profit agility. Now we need to go to the actual supplier page, which is going to be suppliers, supplier by country, USA. All right, so we are here. Of course, they have all these different suppliers. We have access to over 130 plus suppliers, okay? A lot of them are not going to be listed here. I think we have roughly about 50 of them on here, but not all of them are on here. As a new agent, if you find the supplier that you like, the best thing that you can do is type in whatever supplier that is. Like, let's just say Sandals. And you see how it says travel agent portal underneath it? Okay. That's exactly what I want you to do. If there's a vendor that you want to see, do they work with Archer Travel? You can easily find out by just doing like this. Okay. It'll have a registration. It'll have whatever it needs. Some of the suppliers we have to call directly. This depends. But majority of the real suppliers that we work with every day, okay, will be found inside the Travel Cafe, as you can see. Right? So start here, but I just don't want you to ever think that's all we have. We have more, but sometimes we just have to go to them directly. All right. So please scroll down. They are listed in alphabetical order. I do not suggest registering with all of them, but as you go, you will add on. I've been here, like I said, for 3.5 years. So I probably have over like maybe 15 or 20 suppliers that I really just use. But I've registered with different ones as I went through. The ones I'm showing you now are the core ones that you need, and then you can add more later. So let's go ahead and do the first one, which is going to be Cruising Power. This is listed in alphabetical order. So you could just scroll down until you see Cruising Power here. Now, Cruising Power is very easy to register with. And when you are watching me do this process, you're going to do this every time you register with a supplier from here on out. No more supplier request form. It's exactly like you go find the supplier, you open it up, and then you come down here and it'll tell you how to register with it. You will follow the instructions that are listed in here. It'll tell you exactly what to expect. It even tells you you need an agency phone number, which is our cruise line's phone number right here. You need this stuff in order to register with them. So you'll just click on register now. But here's the thing, okay? I've already registered with them like a bajillion times, so I can't go through the whole process with you, all right? But I'm gonna go through the initial one, which is gonna be setting it up, and then I'll show you photos of the rest, okay? So in order for you to be able to do this, you're gonna put in find your agency, which is going to look like this. You will put in the cruise line only phone number. Okay, this number right here is exactly like Archer Travel's number, but at the end it says 9141. Now you're not going to remember this right now, but that is the number that cruise lines reference us by. So when we book land travel, we use our IATAN or IATA number, right? But when we book cruise lines, they don't use IATAN. They use a reference number, which is like a phone number that just ends in 9141. It always will be listed and within the travel cafe, so you don't really have to remember it. But I just want you to know that you can't call this number. It's just a reference number, okay? Don't call it. So 818-248-9141. You will click find your agency, and then it will populate like this, Archer Travel, perfect, register as an agent. All right, next. Then you will come in, you'll put your email, you will set up a password. Be very careful with this password. It's so complicated. I don't know why, but it has to have one letter, one number, one uppercase letter, one lowercase letter, one special character. It has to be 9 to 15 characters. If you struggle with it, a lot of us end up putting like password and some numbers. It'll take it perfectly fine, okay? But the next part I want you to pay attention to is the account profile part. So in here, you're going to see several different options that you can choose. This is the best ones, all right? Independent contractor owner is who we are. We are with a host agency. We are a travel agent. You can put your industry, years, experience, whatever you want to put. And then your country and your zip code, okay? The last part's here that they're asking for. Are you a member of a consort or a host? Yes, we are. You'll put yes, and then you put Archer Travel. The CLIA spot, unless you have a CLIA, which you're new, so you probably don't, just leave it blank. It's perfectly fine. You don't need the CLIA, okay? So Archer Travel, host agency, independent contractor, just like this, and then you hit submit. Then you are good to go on that part, okay? So after you hit submit, it'll ask you to verify everything, and it will actually go into a submit part. It will respond to you roughly about 48 hours. It'll give you the logins for it after it's approved, and then you're free to go ahead and log in, and you can start booking cruising power, okay? You do not have to be certified with any of these vendors to book with them. They do offer additional certifications, but you only need your main one in order to book through any of the vendors, okay? So next one we're going to go ahead and register for is going to be Carnival, which is under Go CCL. So if we close this guy out, okay, we're back on the supplier travel cafe part. We're going to go to Carnival right here. And it opens up. We scroll down just like before. And then how to register. We have to follow the steps. So first name is Evolution ID, agent last name, Archer Travel. It has all the details for us. I'm going to walk you through it, but I want you to get used to the habit of following it, how to register. So if you want to do any of these on your own, okay? So visit the website and we're going to fill it out. So title, going to be a miss. Remember, it said to us, if I go back to it, has to have Evolution ID, and even has to, it has it in here for us. Mr. Reggie's like, put it right. So Evolution ID, okay? So mine, I already have it. Oh, I don't have it. 5. All right. Okay, then the last name, there we go. I just put a whole bunch of stuff. Perfect. So agent ID, first name. This is how they verify us in Carnival, just letting you know. Last name, birthday. They give you nice surprises, so put your birthday. Travel agent phone number, travel agent email, that is you. Lastly, agency name. Who is that? Archer Travel, right? And then it says agency phone number. Remember, I tell you guys, it's always going to be that cruise line number because this is a cruise line. So we're going to come in here, put that number in here. 818-248-9141. Access level, we are agents, checking, create. That's it. Okay. Same thing happens. They will send you all of the logins, email, whatever. They send it to your main profile. You're good to go once you get approved. Okay. Make sure that email always matches the back office. Don't pick a random email for this. Okay. All right. That's Carnival. And we have a couple more. Disney, and then we have Expedia Tap and Viator. So I'm giving you guys like several different things, right? We have a bunch of cruise lines. We have Vax, which is our main like land booking. We have a bunch of cruise lines now. We did like 5 cruise lines. We got most of them. Now we're going to go over here and do Disney. So that's theme park. Expedia Tap is another portal that you can do land bookings on. And then Viator is going to always be for activities. So you have basically everything that you need to do the first couple of bookings. So let's go do Disney, shall we? Close up Carnival, go back to suppliers, of course, and then go to Disney here. All right, under the Disney travel agents, if we scroll down like before, we have how to register, disneytravelagents.com. Okay. Now, this one's very fun to register for. Create a new account. All right. So first name, last name, and then boom, that password. Oof. All right, watch this. Should be a minimum of 16 characters, cannot be a common term, cannot contain profile words. It's a hard password, but it's Disney, so it needs to be hard because they have to be super secure about their stuff, right? So you will come in here and you will set up these passwords. If it takes a little bit of time, I totally understand. Feel free to pause the video. But once you have it set up, okay, you agree, yes, yes, create account. It's going to take you to the next page. Now, I have a Disney account, so I can't make another one. But if I come back here, let me open Disney again. You're going to see something. After you put in your email, password, everything set up, it's going to take you to the next page. It's going to ask you for your agency ID. Now, Disney is a land, right? Land. So we need our IATN number, IATA number, which is going to be our agency ID, which is right here. You can find that in the travel cafe for you. Okay. So once you put that in there, you are set up. You get automatic access to Disney. Okay. This will automatically log you in afterwards. Make sure you write down your email and password so you don't forget it. Okay. Now, moving on, we have 2 more vendors left. So the next vendor we're going to do now is going to be Expedia Tap. It's so easy compared to everything we just did. Watch this. Expedia Tap. All right. Scroll down. You just have to click this link right here. And then boom, you're automatically registered. But here's the problem. I am automatically signed in, so I have to do it twice. So just ignore me while you're doing that. Okay. Go back to it. There we go. All right. So this is what it will look like for you when you open it. Then you're going to click on create an account. If you already have an Expedia account, like a regular one, you could just sign in and it will join you to Archer as a travel agent. All right. But for us newbies, create an account. First name, last name, email, and password. Boom, you're done. That's it. Whew, it's so nice. And it logs you automatically in. The reason we do this is so that you guys have something to book on immediately while you're waiting for Vax. But Vax is going to be the best friend that you're going to use for booking, okay? Expedia is our backup when we're like in a bind. Let's just book Expedia. Okay, fine. But we always want to start in Vax because Vax even does price matches. So make sure you check out Vax before you do the main bookings, but you can start right here on Expedia if you need to book something now. Okay. Now, the last vendor that we're going to do is going to be Viator so that you have all of the activities that you can book on. Viator is probably one of my most favorite vendors because it has an affiliate link that we could just pass around and people can use. So if you scroll down to the bottom where it says Viator here, all right, and then we scroll down here again on the how to register. Now for this, I actually have something to show you. Oh no, I don't have it. Check it out. Okay. All right, so here we'll go ahead and click on how to register. You just click on that right here. Either one of those links work. I don't know why they have both, but it'll automatically log me in because I'm here already. So let me log out real quick. All right, so it'll look like this for you. And then you're going to go ahead and put in your email. Once you put in your email to create an account, it will then set you up for the password, your name, etc. After that, it should automatically log you in. You don't have to do anything extra to it because it's automatically a login. If by chance you click on one of the links and it asks you for a host agency ID, it's here. It's not the actual Archer number, it's here. But it should not do that. It should just automatically click you're signed in, you're good to go. Okay. Once you're signed into it, it will look like this. You can verify Archer Travel Service, verified, perfect. And then you can actually start passing out the link immediately if you wanted to. And they can reserve now and pay later. Love Viator. You can use it around your house. You can use it in the city, wherever you're at. Okay. There's the links. And then you can start booking and making commission. All right. So those are all the vendors that you really need to kind of get started with. It's pretty simple setup, right? And honestly, that's really the most important part right here. You've done finished everything. That's the first part of New Agent Phase 1, okay? So I want to go ahead, of course, always I recommend checking in with your mentor, going back to the New Agent Packet if you don't have a New Agent Packet. Make sure you guys check in with your mentor for links, resources, checklists, always, okay? I also recommend after taking a training like this, that's a lot of information, okay? So make sure you guys set up meetings with your mentors and stay connected because that is the biggest key to your success. And also, okay, every week we have travel booking Q&As. You can find them in your back office. You can also check with your team for a travel booking Q&A. Even now, as an agent who has been here for 3 years, I try to attend as many different Q&As that I can because everybody's asking questions, everybody's learning. So feel free to attend maybe the next travel booking Q&A that you see out there on your schedules, all right? But you are ready to start learning and earning, of course, at your own pace. And I just want to give you guys a few key success steps before you head out, okay? First one, I just want to give you guys a few key success tips before you guys head out, okay? I've been here for 3.5 years. So listen, do not skip that registration. If you just watched this video and you didn't do any registration for the vendors, you have to make sure that you get those vendors put in, okay? On top of that, I want you to make sure you complete every step of them before you get to a booking process because it makes you look unprofessional if you don't have your vendors. You're like, all right, hold on, wait 4 days for me to get approval. We don't want to do that. So make sure you have all of this set up before you continue to the next step. Also, one thing I'm going to tell you is that there's a lot to do here, and there's always going to be something new that you can do in the travel industry, and it's probably the best part about being here. But I don't expect you to do all of that in one day. So I honestly suggest setting up 3 small daily tasks so that you can stay consistent each day to make it easier for you to just build up, okay? Since being here for 3 years, it's the small tasks that I complete that make the biggest difference for me. So I recommend just doing 3 things. This is exactly what I'm going to do today. We work from home, but we also need to live in our home. So make sure that you're not overwhelming yourself with the work side, okay? Don't do too many trainings, and that is what I'm trying to say. I want you to focus on one thing at a time, getting set up. The most important part of this is getting paid. That's what we're here to do, right? We don't get paid to train. We get paid for bookings. So I need you to get in, get the most important information that you need, have everything in order, set up, and then get ready to book. We can do all the certificates and all the fancy trainings. You guys will have plenty of time to do that as you grow. So you just need to get the most fundamental parts set up so you can start making money, okay? On top of that, when you guys are in the process of learning, I know I said you can get your certificates later. That is correct. I want you to actually start just working with your vendors now. The more you play around with them, the more you're just inside VAX, looking at packages or whatever, that's going to help you get used to them. So if you attend any of the trainings, try to attend the ones that are actually going to be towards your niche or towards your vendor that are going to be here to help you, right? Next, ask questions early. Your mentor and your team are here to help. One of the biggest mistakes that new agent makes is staying silent. Do not stay silent. Ask every question that your heart could possibly imagine because you are only hurting yourself when you are not asking. So please ask us. We already know the answers. We've been here. We've done this. So please always use your resources. That's what you're paying for. Use it. Okay? Remember, biggest thing I want you to remember, progress beats perfection. Take it day by day. You have the ability and the opportunity to build a 6-figure plus income business, but it is not built in one night. You are working on something that is absolutely life-changing. And honestly, you've got this. Welcome aboard. You guys, make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel. You're going to see a lot of different trainings like this. If you need a part 2 of this, if you are ready for the next step, I have it in the description for you. It is New Agent Phase 2. It's going to actually put the business part together. So, like how you are going to market, your niche, the sales, all of that is in part 2 so that you actually have a successful launch to it. Okay. I also highly recommend checking out Building a Brand training that I have. It's just basically a great way for you to get your brand set up so you are starting off as a six-figure business instead of starting off somebody who's new. Check out my trainings in the descriptions. I hope they help. And if you have any questions, feel free to comment below. I'm so excited that you are here starting your travel journey, and I cannot wait to see what you do. I do go live Tuesday through Thursday at 5 p.m. PST, so you can always come back here for more training. Welcome aboard, and I wish you the most success.